I want you to think back over the last 24 hours and how many times you either heard or said the word sorry. I can pretty much guarantee it's probably north of 5 times. I know for me, I personally heard it from my husband. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I heard it from a dear friend who's going through a really hard time right now. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm such a mess. I heard from the checkout girl at the grocery store. I'm sorry that you had to wait so long. I heard from a colleague on a conference call. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. Sorry, 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 sorry. We hear this word so much. We say this word so much. We use this word so much. And for a word that has such good intention, I'm afraid that its power and its impact and intention is getting lost and its overuse. I'm on a mission to help people engage and connect. And to me, the overuse of the word sorry is one of the biggest connection busters out there. So, what can we do instead? I've got a pretty straightforward formula for you, which requires you thinking perhaps about opening up a Word doc and that nice little search and replace feature you find in the corner. So what I want you to do is every time you're about to say sorry, or it's equally mildly annoying, I apologize, I want you to get your search and replace feature going in your brain, and instead of saying sorry, replace it with thank you. So it might sound something like, thank you for waiting for me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for talking so much, my wonderful wife, that I have to interrupt you. So while that search and replace is a quick fix, I want to go a little bit deeper and talk about how when we say sorry, what happens in here, which is different than what happens out here, and the impact that thank you can have. Let's walk through a scenario you're probably all familiar with when your colleague or boss shows up late to that meeting that you prepared for. So we'll call the boss Bob, and I'll be me, the employee. So Bob comes in for the 10 o'clock meeting, and it's 10:30, and he comes running into the room, and he says, "Oh, Erin, I'm so sorry I'm late, but I know we were supposed to get going at 10. It's 10:30. I'm so sorry. Let's get to work." So in Bob's mind, he says, "Hey, I said I was sorry. I know I was late. There's my get out of jail free card. Let's get on with the meeting." So what I say is, "Sure, Bob, it's okay." But what I'm really thinking inside is, "Sure, Bob, it's okay. I was up until midnight last night preparing all this material for the meeting because I knew how important this project is. Sure, Bob, it's okay. I set the alarm half an hour early because I knew traffic was going to be a beast today because I wanted to get here on time. Sure, Bob, it's okay. Last week at the meeting, you talked to us for 30 minutes about how important punctuality was and how important it is to stick to our word and show up on time. But sure, Bob, it's fine. You said you're sorry." So while we're saying it's fine, on the inside, a lot of things are happening and falling apart. So now let's search and replace and see what happens. So Bob comes running in the same, it's 10:30 for the 10 o'clock, and he stops and he says, "Hey, Erin, you know what? I know I'm late. Thank you so much for your patience, and thank you for waiting for me." And so now, in Bob's mind, instead of saying, "Sorry I'm late," it's "Thank you for waiting." When we say sorry, it's all about us. When we say thank you, it becomes all about them. So now, when Bob says, "Thank you for waiting," I'm thinking, you know what? I did have to wait. And you know what? Bob talked a good game about being on time, but at least he appreciates my time. At least he acknowledges that I have been waiting for him. I'll talk about that other stuff later. Let's get going. So when you think about sorry, think about why you're saying it and how you are making that person feel. It's a habit. I say it all the time too. But what I want you to think about is breaking that habit, switching out for thank you instead, because when we say thank you, it becomes about them, and then we can engage, then we can connect, and then we can see where the opportunities take us. As always, I am here to help, and I am here to encourage you to get out there and to engage and connect.